The 1960s were filled with legendary westerns, but some of the most daring and innovative shows slipped under the radar. These forgotten series pushed boundaries, introduced bold storytelling, and featured incredible performances you may have never seen. Today we're dusting off 5 overlooked 1960s westerns that deserve a comeback. Let's dive in. The Loner aired in 1965 and ran for 26 episodes, starring Lloyd Bridges as William Colton, a former Union soldier wandering the post-Civil War frontier. Created by Rod Serling, the series stood apart from typical westerns because it focused heavily on the emotional and psychological impact of war. Instead of portraying Colton as a gunslinging hero, the show followed him as a somber drifter searching for purpose while confronting the moral gray areas of frontier life. Bridges delivered a restrained, thoughtful performance that gave the character depth uncommon for the era. The series often tackled serious social themes through its frontier stories, including prejudice, inequality, and the consequences of violence. Serling's writing brought a maturity and seriousness that many viewers weren't accustomed to, especially in a genre known for action and clear-cut villains. The Loner avoided glamorizing shootouts, instead emphasizing moral choices and emotional repercussions. Although it received critical praise for its bold storytelling, the show struggled with mainstream audiences expecting a more traditional Western style. Despite its short run, The Loner is now considered ahead of its time. Its introspective tone, strong performance by Lloyd Bridges, and socially conscious themes make it one of the most unique and underappreciated Westerns of the decade. The Rebel follows Johnny Yuma, a former Confederate soldier, wandering the post-Civil War frontier in search of redemption. Haunted by his past, Johnny helps others while confronting his own demons. Each episode takes him to new towns, where strangers may be allies, enemies, or present moral challenges. This introspective hero brought a darker, more thoughtful tone to the Western genre, standing out in a decade dominated by action-adventure stories. The series explored psychological and ethical themes. Johnny's past constantly shadows him, making every choice a test of conscience and morality. Encounters with townspeople force him to confront justice, revenge, and forgiveness. Episodes blended action, suspense, and character-driven drama, creating tension and unpredictability. Despite its ambitious concept, audiences accustomed to lighter, formulaic westerns struggled with the darker tone. Ratings declined, and the show ended after 2 seasons. Today, The Rebel is remembered for its brooding hero, emotional depth, and willingness to challenge traditional Western conventions. The Americans, which aired in 1961 for 17 episodes, took a unique approach by setting its story during the Civil War and following 2 brothers on opposite sides of the conflict. The series starred Darryl Hickman as a Union soldier and Richard DeVallos as his Confederate brother. This dual-perspective format created emotional depth and offered a surprisingly balanced look at the war's impact on families. Each episode drew from historical events and real wartime accounts, giving the show a strong sense of authenticity. Producers consulted historians to ensure accuracy in uniforms, tactics, and battlefield details. The result was a Western-styled historical drama that blended action with a grounded portrayal of the Civil War's hardships. Despite critical appreciation, the series struggled with viewers who preferred lighter, escapist westerns rather than stories highlighting national division. Its alternating narrative structure also required more attention than standard episodic programming of the time. Though short-lived, The Americans remains an overlooked gem that pushed historical storytelling further than most early TV westerns dared. Branded aired from 1965 to 1966 with 48 episodes, starring Chuck Connors as Jason McCord, a former Army officer wrongly accused of cowardice. The show opened with one of TV's most memorable sequences, where McCord's insignia and sword are stripped from him in public humiliation. From that moment, the series followed his journey across the West as he sought to clear his name. Unlike most westerns of the era, Branded focused on redemption, identity, and honor rather than frontier adventures alone. Chuck Connors brought emotional weight to the role, portraying McCord as a man determined to rebuild his reputation even while treated as an outcast. Many episodes chipped away at the mystery surrounding his court-martial, creating a lightly serialized narrative unusual for the time. While audiences expecting shootouts and simple resolutions were sometimes put off by the show's heavier emotional tone, Branded built a loyal fan base. Today, it's often praised for its unique premise, strong lead performance, and its influence on later character-driven TV dramas. A Man Called Shenandoah aired 1965 to 1966 and delivered 34 episodes. Starring Robert Horton as a mysterious drifter suffering from amnesia. After surviving a near-fatal attack, he wakes with no memory of his name, past, or enemies. This unusual premise gave the series a strong emotional hook, turning each episode into a search for identity. The show stood out for its somber tone and psychological depth. Nearly every character Shenandoah met could potentially be someone from his forgotten past, and the resulting tension created suspense uncommon in 60s westerns. Robert Horton played the role with a quiet intensity, portraying a man caught between danger and self-discovery. Despite its creative concept and compelling lead performance, the series ended after one season because audiences expected more traditional Western action. Its central mystery remained unresolved, but modern fans appreciate its introspective storytelling and atmospheric style. A Man Called Shenandoah remains one of the most intriguing lost westerns of the decade. These 5 forgotten westerns may not have lasted long, but each brought bold ideas, strong performances, and fresh storytelling to the genre. Do you remember any of these great TV westerns? Leave it in the comments below. If you love classic TV, these hidden gems are absolutely worth rediscovering. Click on the link for another great video we are sure you will love. Thanks for watching.